Earth's answer is a single atomic particle fired at near light speed directly into the cockpit core. A true weapon from a military force. All I want is to stitch these two humanities together. They don't name it because naming it gives it power, but not naming it gives it more. I'm so sorry, everyone. I tried so hard to keep those memories of when we were in the academy, and space seemed so innocent and full of possibility. All I have left is scraps, but I hope that's enough. Report received. Awaiting new directives. Tell everyone. On the moon, the border between Earth and space, we have struck a deal with celestial mechanics to open up the gravity well. To give us a fighting chance at making the dream real. Everyone, take your time. Together, our gravity, our love, can be as heavy as the world. Tell everyone, it's time for us to head back to Earth's cradle, so we can say our last goodbyes. Ready for launch? Hey Mars, you're still really mad at Luna Terra, right? I will fight her the next time I even see her. So, why don't you? Why don't you fight her? I have my hands full. She's probably avoiding me. She's sneaky. You can never find her unless she wants it. But I've fought her plenty already. Oh, whoops. See, she wants to see you. This is why I'm worried. I don't like her sneaking around you. Are you really worried? Or are you super jealous? Both! I mean, no. I meant to type no. Mars. I've told you before you should be a main character, right? You're so straightforward. You ought to be the real hero. I meant to type no. Of course, sweetie. You just want to protect me from big, bad, insufferable, meanie Luna Terra. What's so great about someone who's stuck up all the time? She always treated me really kindly. And not so kindly I felt weird, or fragile, or frustrated. In fact, she really thought I was annoying at first. Even still, she was patient. She was mean. She was sad, and jealous I had things so nice, and so much sooner than she did. But because of that, she was also very tender, and understood so much, even before I did. I couldn't have without her. But I don't think we would have melted that angsty shell of hers without the both of us. She doesn't feel very melted to me. And she hasn't come around to show me otherwise. Oh, are you expecting her to come around to you? I mean, well, anyway, she should be the one who comes back. Oh, Mars, if you want to see her so bad, you need to put in some effort too. Why should I when she betrayed us? One of you two has to stop being stubborn or you'll never make up. Academy Director interviews. Memorial Foundation Executive Committee. Please do have a seat. The committee has enjoyed reading your resume. The committee has deeply enjoyed these fascinating criticisms of the Newtonian-Jungian model of physics. It certainly does feel revolutionary. This committee would like to pause to acknowledge how the candidate's work has met and exceeded the desired qualifications. And, without diminishing the accomplishments of the candidate, the committee would like to express that its interest is more piqued by the candidate's interpretation of the existential threat, and the committee would invite the candidate to elaborate more on the implications this would have for managing cultural and colonization efforts in an administrative role within the Memorial Foundation's space program, if the candidate would. The committee hopes the candidate will elaborate on the nature of what an educational program would entail. The committee is especially interested in the assertion of radical cultural advancement made possible without risk of existential contamination. The committee is intrigued by refutations of the so-called scapegoat proposal by the program's current director on technical and theoretical grounds as opposed to the usual ethical ones, and the committee invites your comment as to the end of the future of culture in space. Metaculture and Gravitational Research Chair Dr. Nix, Pilot Program 1. Of course the kids wanted to live in space. Obviously, what could be more dreamlike and fun? I never thought I would spend time with children who wanted to be here again. In the Summer Scout program, I taught the unwanted children of unwanted places. You know what work is like. And then they gave me work that would take the unwanted to a place far away from here. Of course, not for their sake. In the Summer Scouts, they gave the worst kind of work for the kids least suited for it, only to spare those more wanted from it. The Memorial Foundation asked us to take those unwanted kids away from Earth so we could make it safe for the wanted ones. That's a duty I was ready for. You would have to fight a long and difficult war to make space safe, but for that time, all of us, unwanted children and unwanted adults, would have something special that no one on Earth had. To answer your question, then, I didn't have it planned from the start. I've always been very loyal. It happened over time, but it happened much more quickly than I ever thought. It wasn't such a far-off dream. We believed in the Academy students, we were patient with them, and gave them an environment physically, culturally, gravitationally, as free from Earth's gravity as we could realistically grant them. They knew what to do so much better than we did. Pluto more than any other student, because Pluto had so much to change. If she and her power fascinate you so much, you should remember the only reason she has it at all is because she was free from you. As they grew up, they made space the future we were dreaming of, and before I knew it, I couldn't think of a single reason why we should give space back to you. And then you went and said you didn't even want it anymore. Oof. Alright. Give me the moon. It's time to move to the future, peacefully or painfully. No factions, no dreams, just two girls lost and entwined in the warm summer of the moon's day. What are you doing here, Pluto? There's no mission. Are you going out? Just for a little while. Did you want to stop me? No. I'm getting a little bit better at not worrying about you. Even though you are? I'm trying, okay? Nix is worried, isn't she? If you want to slip out for a minute, she'll be mad. I know. Especially if it's to see Lunaterra. I keep not being her perfect girl. She always thought Lunaterra was a bad influence. She's not wrong. I just want to try one more time. To bring her back? What if she takes you instead? Maybe that could happen too. Don't say that. I wouldn't mind. Maybe I don't want to be the one to lead anyone anymore. Mars, why is everyone so obsessed with me? Why does everyone want to save me? Why isn't anyone strong enough to actually do it? Why do they think I'm strong enough to pull them up instead? I'm nobody. You don't have to be strong. That's a lie. Of course I have to be strong. Who else is going to pull me up? Even you don't know how. I don't have any talent. I don't have any skill. I just never said no, I can't, that's too much, I don't know how. I just couldn't ever say the words. So I just kept doing it, even though... Hey. It's okay. It's not. Okay, it's not okay. It hurts. It's bad. You suck at making me feel better. Excuse me? I love you. Me too. Come on, go. Alright. So last time around we did make up and forgive, so this time, fight until we love each other. On the far side of the moon, there's still some part of the dead, empty, cratered Luna left. As the terraforming engines sweep in, they turn Earth's satellite to another part of Earth. Till that time comes, this place is free of Earth's pull. A place still perfect for a quiet moment to happen in an empty clearing surrounded by weight and life. It's the perfect place for them to fight like ships do. The fighting that ships do, not the fighting that people do. In the naked sunlight and nothing else, Pluto looks so beautiful, spinning tiny galaxies with Krunmakula, the way she was always meant to. Of all the prototypes she piloted over the years, none suited her like this. From the awkward and embarrassing creature she used to be, to the woman who promised Earth there could be a new type of human. No longer the priceless tool of selfish adults, the pawn of space's dreamers, the princess who can remake her body out of tidal forces and stardust. She's just Pluto. In the naked sunlight and nothing else, even in this worn and wounded ship, Luna Terra shines like she always has, even with the hurt she has. One way or another, someday or another, every girl bleeds. And her mare Chrysium suffers alongside her. The drip of her wounds spins like a red constellation in zero-G. She's rusted, but some parts of her will never rust. The two of them have fought so much, so this shouldn't be a fight. With nothing and no one else to think about, there's no reason to fight. In the naked sunlight, for once, don't fight. Instead of fighting like people do, fight like ships do. Fight like plastic toys do. Fight like you don't have a body, like you don't hate your body. Fight your way into a new body. Fight like we used to, without trying to win. Fight like we did a long time ago, when they were training us to fight, and all we wanted to do was play. Fight like we did when we didn't have any other way of touching each other. When all we had were lasers and light, tides and time, to say what we wanted to say to each other. I'm not going to go easy. You better not. Since we're not fighting, I really don't want you to hold back. Luna Terra knows a thing or two about fighting in space. Luna Terra wrote the book. It's a kind of predictable story. So Luna Terra makes sure her enemies get sunk. You know this trick, don't you? You've seen Luna Terra pull it so many times. Fire off something to test the waters. Lead the target until they walk right into the shot. You can play that game forever until they make the first move. Don't let them make that move until you know they won't be expecting what you do next. What you do next can be anything, as long as it's what they're not going to see coming. After you do it, disengage, like passing a secret. You know this one really well, the message in a bottle, slipped between the bullets of hard light. She was the person who taught you how to blow a kiss. But Pluto is the one who learned how to make out. Her ship's so big, it makes Luna Terra look like a toy, but Pluto is even bigger than that. You have to measure in density, not mass. Then you'll understand. Pluto is the center. Luna Terra revolves around Pluto, like she always has. Luna Terra is too close when she tries to pull back from Pluto, and too far when she's trying to close in. She's on a leash that extends through space-time however Pluto wants. Luna Terra's gravity is the tug that makes the tides go in and out. Pluto's gravity is strong enough to turn Luna Terra into a new shape. Luna Terra didn't invent this, but she loves to struggle through it. She loves to see what she can do, how close she can come, and she comes in so fast, does so well, but goes too far when Pluto isn't expecting. It's too fast. Way too fast. Pluto's more off guard than Luna Terra expects. Luna Terra's moon of a spear crescents right into Pluto's chest. Luna Terra wants to scream, but she doesn't say anything. It feels deep enough to be scary, and Luna Terra only meant to nick her. What's wrong? We were having so much fun and you look so scared. Why didn't you block it? Luna, I'm fine, see? You can't hurt me that easy. You're not that strong. I'll always be alright. Pluto plucks Luna Terra off by the forearm. Gently, with 2 fingers. like detaching a kitten. Or a bug. Sorry to scare you like that. But you lied. You said you weren't going to hold back. Pluto can seize Lunaterra by both wrists, and she does that. And Lunaterra is quite awestruck by how safe and helpless she feels. The gravity pulling at her from Pluto is gentle but firm. Fighting ship to ship is the only time Lunaterra doesn't feel naked, but I do have to say real quick, I think there's a way to... How do I... No, not you. Dang it, I thought maybe there was a way to hide the thing. Oh well. Now she finally feels naked there, too. It's not so bad, though. Sometimes you have to let an animal bite you before it can feel safe. That's a thing you said once. See, I'm learning. I've learned so much.
I was... When I said that, I was talking about Mars.
And you're just like her. Are you really okay? I really didn't mean to scare you like that. But Luna T, you're always overestimating how capable you are of hurting me.
It's fine. I was the one who was dumb. I thought I could scare you and you were way too smart for it. You did that on purpose, though. You really are amazing.
Scary, right? Just like you said. You could be like that too, though. There's still stuff that you could learn from me.
Want to be the one to teach me, then?
I'd love to. Here, I'm holding you. Can you feel this?
I'm trying.
You don't have to try. It shouldn't feel like you're trying. It's either easy or it's nothing.
You know, it's harder for me to take it easy than try hard.
That's why you're so amazing. I'm so lazy, I never want to work ever. I'm always looking for the easiest way to do things.
That's not true.
It is.
Then why are you so good at everything?
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not, but I can't make you see it no matter how hard I try. I guess I should give up on trying to make you dislike me.
Sorry you can't win against me.
You really are such a sore winner. Now I know how Mars feels.
She's right. I'm totally insufferable. I'm glad at least someone knows.
Oh, please be sure. I noticed too.
Excuse me, of course. But you don't care.
Of course I care. I love you. Can you feel it now?
I really didn't think I would, but I do.
Tell me what it feels like.
It feels like you're holding me.
What's it like when I hold you?
I don't know. Am I imagining it? But I can't be. It still feels like metal. I didn't think it would. But it also feels tender. Exactly like it would if you held me on Earth.
This is why I'm not as strong as you. If I really thought we were never going to get the chance to touch, I don't know how I could stand it.
Why are you holding me so tight?
I'm feeling smug. Now look, who's the caught one now?
I guess I lose.
You totally lose.
Don't tell anyone.
Are you kidding? I'm going to brag about this for the rest of my life. Ugh, these dorks. I love them. Mars, you were right. I am too strong. I'm afraid. I'm getting bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger, but there's still so much to do and I don't know how to do any of it. What if I make a mistake? What if I'm too strong? Is the universe going to be okay?
Pluto, no, Pluto. Never, no way, that's impossible. I never meant it like that. I messed up again. I'm probably going to mess up yet again saying this, but you're not that strong, Pluto. No one's that strong. You know that even you aren't as strong as the Earth, right? You're not even any stronger than anyone on Earth, even in Chronmacula. You were the one who told me to stop getting a big head about my ship self. Like, if I fell to Earth, it'd crumple under Earth's gravity. Any given human is a million times stronger than that. Space just doesn't have any competition. So, you're not strong. You're just stronger than a bunch of idiots.
Oh, I love you, Mars. I keep telling other people that, but I never listen to myself. I can only hear it when you say it.
You know, that sometimes applies to your love advice, too.
Hey! I'm the one who gets to bully you about that.
Take your advice then sometimes.
I'll listen to myself when you do.
Then you better get ready. You're not going to be ahead of me forever.
Wait, am I a rival now? Finally, I'll defeat you!
Lol.
Thanks, Mars. We saved each other again.
Aww, that was cute. Ship Self. Pilot Program Training Documentation leaked. Memorial Foundation Homeworld Archives. Mare Crisium, the first true ship self, was made in 1969, named after her place of manufacture on then Luna, now Moon. They were made as prototypes, not to be mass-produced. Aesthetic considerations, a neutral, idealized body representing all of humanity. They loved bullshit like that. Not the first vessel with a gravitational engine, only the first built to use the engine to exert outwards gravitational control. A ship self creates the pressure and culture for a human to survive alone without the presence of others. It's an unsustainable attempt to make a human function as a world. To make it sustainable, we have to become world-sized, in body, thought, and soul. Encompass every self that has been, or will be, or could be. Its original armaments were extremely varied, since they were a proof of concept and it wasn't understood yet what form the existential threat would be, and what sort of weapons would be needed against it. The tidal reactor can externalize, but it doesn't have any interior mechanisms for this, so it needs an equipment loadout, and even though the raw force is still unmatched by any mass-produced unit, it wasn't built with an effective way of using it. The original pilots had to bend, slowly, the default forms of their ship selves into new shapes, and refit the ceremonial and theoretical weapons into ones suited for the existential threat, and eventually each other. In time, the shape conforms to the human inside. This, in part, confirms that specific theory. The human part isn't the ear, but the hole in the lobes for your earrings. Lipstick is real, lips are not, and we see humanity defined in its gravitational output. Huh. Alright. Saturn and Pluto again. We're seriously working with celestial mechanics? This sounds stupid. I seriously don't trust them. They're so shady, no matter what they say. If it's something that's in their best interest, there's no way it's also in ours. I know there's no other way to restart the space colonization project without opening the lunar gravity well, but that's exactly why we need to help them as far away from it as possible. Or keep them as far away. I can read, I promise. You don't need any help to do it.
That's really true, especially with that reprehensible and irresponsible pilot they're assigning to the operation.
Yes, I know, but hey,
if I don't need to convince you, why are we doing this? I know it's true, Mars. I'm not going to pretend otherwise.
So why? Isn't it true they're just using you? For a secret plan that will let them take control during the final battle? They're sneaky.
I know, Mars. But if we don't open the gravity well, there's no way to have the final battle in the first place. Earth's gravity will destabilize our ship selves completely. Neither of us can get what we want with Earth so close.
But why do you need that conniving pilot with you?
There's some things even I can't do. You're the one who keeps telling me that, you know. There's no other way to even get a chance at this without their help.
But they're going to use that as leverage to trick us anyway. They're not beneath that.
I'm not beneath it either, you know. That's why I'm there. I'll be trying to get the upper hand for us. I can be ruthless too, Mars. Don't you think I want it badly enough?
I mean, you shouldn't have to. I know that's the part you hate. I don't care if you don't want to see me do something bad, though. I can do it, just like all of you can. You always tell me not to worry, but then there's nothing that I can do. I want to stop worrying, but I can't when there's nothing I can do. Oh, Mars, I really forget sometimes. You're such a good girl. But just trust me, okay? Trust me and watch me, okay? It's all I ever need. Alright. Pluto tempts Saturn to entertain a silly dream. The moon's south pole is the completion point for Earth, where all the terraforming begins and ends. Here, the skyscrapers rise up to catch the eternal light, in what someday will be a city where night never comes. You're quiet. Is there something on your mind? A lot, but nothing important. Don't hide it from me. You know I can just read it off your gravitational field, right? Are you sure? You're never normally this quiet. Good to know even you can feel that way sometimes, but I didn't think it would be over this. The gravity well can't be that big a deal for someone like you to deal with. And I'm here too, in case you forgot. Feeling out the tides is deeper than mind reading, and not so literal, and you know that. That kind of mind reading is the kind every human can do, but few are any good at. What kind is that? Read my mind about it. Are you nervous? No, I know exactly what I'm doing. I just wish everyone wasn't going to be watching us this whole time. I hate getting yelled at for no good reason. Don't you have people who are a pain in the ass to keep happy? That's everyone in Cradle's Graces. Plus, they love me, which makes it so hard. That's why I ditched command. I couldn't stand being pestered constantly by superiors who don't know what they're talking about. I don't have any superiors at all. What? Lucky. Why? 'Cause I'm at the top. Excuse me? I'm the leader of Cradle's Graces, more or less. Excuse me? What? Why? For a lot of reasons, but mostly because no one else wants to be. Oh, Dr. Nix is in charge of most things still, but I do make the decisions. I mean, but why? You're as bad as Mars. This is why it's so hard to get anything done. Cradle's Graces is just full of contradictory, impossible to reconcile, naive and disorganized feelings. Someone has to bring all of that together. No, stop. I mean, but why would you tell me that? I mean, shouldn't I take advantage of this? Oh, I thought you just wanted to get to know me better, not engage in any of that cloak and dagger stuff. You're crazy. Why would you trust me? I'm sketchy. No, you're not. You're obnoxious to your friends, but you work hard all the time for their sake. You bullied a certain taciturn ace pilot, not because you hated her, but because you wanted her to grow up and stop wasting her talent on moping. You're always tempting me to your side, but you don't care if I join Celestial Mechanics or not. Also, you asked me how I was doing, if I was nervous, and told me you're here for me on a difficult mission, even though you tried to make it sound like you were lording it over me. Ugh. So what do you really care about, that you keep coming after me whether you win or lose? Not telling. That's fine. You don't need to say anything for me to understand. Ugh, I need to shut my mouth or I'll keep stuttering and embarrassing myself. Don't tell me that this whole time you've just been playing along like... Ugh. I give up on being cool. It doesn't matter. No, wait, it does matter. I worked so hard to try to corrupt this good little pilot test rat of Cradle's Graces. Don't be sad about still being a good girl. It's a really hard habit to break. I'm the real fool, though. I saw right through you, and it worked on me just the same. I completely fell for it. Oh, we're almost there. Let's be careful, okay? The slim tower, the tallest on the moon, ends in a point, and suspended above it is the overpowering gravity well, claiming humanity's spot on the moon, a saved seat in the cosmos. It'll fall inert onto the surface when culture has so fully rooted in the moon that the planet will produce a true human gravity. Then this body will be no longer Luna, but fully and truly the moon, just as Terra became Earth when humanity was born there. Yet, the gravity well can also be the seed of possibility. It doesn't have any preconceptions about what humans can be or should be. There's still time.
Begin full output. Resonance handshake seeking. Acknowledged. Handshake received. Oscillating, rotating, responding. I am trying to seduce you, though. Endpoint reached. Synchronization complete. Aligned rotations. Acceleration high. Still acceptable. I just don't understand how you can be this strong and amazing and still wasted on all of them. Tidal resonance achieved. Brace for resonance feedback. So tell me, why do you waste so much of your time pestering pilots like Luna, Terra, and me? Tidal resonance far beyond predicted levels. Begin bracing. Hold the course steady for insertion. That's dodging the question. Waves crashing. Intensifying resistive force. It's not. You're not really any different. You care what happens to everyone in space, too. Even fools like us deserve a chance at what they want. The part that makes me angry is how they won't just take what they want. If Earth has abandoned us, why go through so much trouble to reconcile with them? Resistance is incredible. The core's hypersuspension is... Resistance is incredible. The core's hypersuspension is refusing to decouple. Maximum output. Bending space culture time. Dilating possibility. Leaving humanity out of spite just to prove how much you don't care about them makes it sound like you maybe actually do care about others. But it is really cute how you're trying. I'm loyal to us, that's all. The space orphans, the lab girls, and fuck everyone else. No love lost, none owed to anyone else. That's what I'm the leader of. Beginning insertion. Breaking first through 50th seals. I want a breakup. If humanity wants us back, they should come crawling and beg us to forgive them. You of all people shouldn't be the one saving them. Rapid destabilization. Action needed. Are you really okay with all of us in space having a chance at that future, but no one on Earth? I, of all people, know what it would be like to never have that. Breaking seals 50 through 1000. Requesting overload bypass permission. I'm not a good and noble person. My heart's not big enough. Attempting again. Fine, here's the real secret, just for you, okay? Since you told me yours. I would never forgive the world. But if my master plan doesn't work, I'd follow you wherever. Bracing. Gravitational output maximum. Thank you, really, Saturn. I wouldn't have had this much fun without you. Thanks for giving me room in your heart. Less dramatic status updates that sound like you're gonna die. Core pierced. Heavy damage to upper arm. Insertion activating. Sustained damage increasing. Holding until countdown begins. For being so stubborn, even so, you make me falter just a bit. Just a little. I can't be that invincible. I'm just a little lab brat. Reaction confirmed. Are you ready? For everything? Saturn, confirm Roche limit escape. Negative. It's messing up the math. Calculations keep changing. Immediate escape is necessary before the micro black hole is formed. Can't... Calculating. Focus on my voice. It's not time for you to join the inverse yet. Gravity, like a warm embrace, is not just mine, and not just mine, wants you to be here. Back to your home and mine. Almost. All the equipment is destroyed. Both of them are badly damaged, but they're not dead. In a tiny black speck pulsing within the containment field, a strange gravity washes over the moon, and many things are possible. A leveled playing field, a new playground. We did it. You did it. I can't believe it. Pluto, you're there, right? Pluto, can you turn on the monitor? Not right now. Hi, Dr. Nix. What can I do for you now? More powerful than I ever imagined. And I was never optimistic.
But you've made me more optimistic than I could ever have imagined. That alone has me believing truly it was worth it. And yet I've never heard you say it. Have you?
I have fought so hard every day for it. Of course it's worth it.
But you don't say or express a certain kind of joy in it. Have you noticed that? But it's supposed to be joyful, isn't it?
I'm proud. I'm holding everything, even though it's very, very hard. My heart and soul is in it. Isn't that obvious? What's wrong now?
No, but not like that. It was supposed to be a joy.
You're feeling guilty again, aren't you? I told you there's no need for that. It's not helping, and I don't need it. Instead, I just have to reassure you all over again. That's more work for me. Let me just rest instead. Then I'd be happy.
No, it matters. Don't you understand? There can't be a sacrifice, one for the other. Happiness for everyone and no one left behind. It's supposed to mean no one, not even you.
You're the one who taught me everything. Maybe you should have taught me what that was supposed to feel like.
The Cradle's Grace's fleet is small and weak, and they're desperate. With the dream of space dying, there's no time left, no chances left. The decision has already been made. Humans don't need space. It's one thing to go home, another to leave forever. Both of those are just up to those of us in space. Neither of those require the strength to pull humanity from its cradle. That's a strength no one has, and no one should even pretend they have the strength for it. With all of Cradle's Grace's hopes and dreams, Pluto will still try. The pilots bow out as the conclusion of the conflict becomes evident. No, it is now truly a war, because the autonomous military units have been arrayed against her for her transgression. It is no longer a fight between the humans of space, but a war with the Earth. The autonomous units ready their weapons, and in unison they fire to kill. As if. Their trajectories bend away from Pluto. Blushing at the sight of her, they refuse to meet her gaze. As expected. Prun Makula will convert the gravity well directly into the space and time and culture necessary for the future, and they will steal that future from her, piece by piece by piece. This is unexpected, but not unprepared for. So, Wave 2. Wave 3. Wave 4. Wave 10. Wave 36. Wave 150. Wave 460. Wave 1000. Wave 4569. They know she's not invincible. They know her real truth that no one who loves her can see. They have the patience and power to take it apart piece by piece. They will strip her down, atom by atom if they have to, until she loses mass and gravity and becomes only a girl again. Pluto wouldn't mind if they were trying to kill her. But they have a much more important thing to kill. Cradle's Grace's future. The future of humanity as we know it depends on it. For that, they'll annihilate hers without hate, with only human efficiency and uncomplicated thoughts in mind. Join us or leave us. Only through an autonomous proxy can Earth give up on the inexhaustible empathy of the human soul. Only through a proxy can Earth divorce itself from the longing that Memorial Foundation had fought on behalf of, to value their own life above all else. They will do anything, everything, to protect themselves from death, especially at their own hands. For ship selves can only change others and never kill, but that is the fear of Earth above all else. The flawed, pathetic conscience of humanity, playing catch-up to its own mistakes, doing more harm than good. So heavy, even Pluto can't bear it. How can she not respond to their pathetic, self-deceptive, self-destructive feelings? How can she say no when they need her so much? She can't. Acceleration tearing through space-time, crashing through autonomous units at impossible speeds. Solid light, white and gold, bent and bleeding lance. Lunaterra understands. Over many years, after much training and teaching, with dynamic technology, how to speak the word no. And her spear can write it. And it does. Sorry.
You really should be. You really don't have any mercy. You really need to learn how to hold other people's feelings.
I'm sorry for not knowing a better way to do it. But I'm not sorry for doing it. I don't care how they feel, I just care about you. The autonomous units fall into disarray. They don't know how to match her speed. Lunaterra rejects their attempts to comprehend her.
You're the worst. What am I going to do with you? I didn't even want you to do that.
Sorry, I did what I wanted to. You'd do the same for me. Even in my foolish future. If they can pull on her empathy for Earth, they can also tug her desire to be free. And celestial mechanics has so many ways. This one is called Aversion Impulse. The Iapetus despises fighting. He never wanted to develop the ship selves. He would prefer a simpler and less vulgar solution that didn't require bodies at all, of any kind. He's the first betrayer of celestial mechanics' dream for a new kind of body. But he understood it, because everyone can understand the dream to leave these bodies. And that was the name he gave to the instinct that drives humans to abandon what is for what could be. The inside-out impulse. There's still time for his masterwork. Pluto can be that linchpin if she's pushed far enough, and the gravity well's Schwarzschild radius expands to the point at which she cannot escape. Past the limit at which point humans can no longer exchange information. Past the limit by which it becomes impossible to regard each other as human. The Iapetus loves win-win scenarios. Humanity's discarded children will be free of their obligations to be human. Humanity will have a physical, unified enemy to chase through their pursuit of space. And the Iapetus will have sown the seeds of a single, binding, unified culture theory. A white void that will bend the universe to a single set of physical laws. A simple process of autonomous drones injecting degenerate mass into the gravity well is all that is necessary, as long as the Iapetus holds Pluto off personally in his reconvex Terra. He even has a plan for Saturn, should she choose just this moment to betray him. A perfect plan.
Like deactivating my access permissions remotely through a back door? Overwhelming me with the mass production String of Pearls series? Everting my gravity reactor through the emmavoid Terra's albedo separation system? Oh, and even more plans than that. You're really so predictable.
Attempting backdoor access to ship cell String of Pearls.
Of course you'd have a solution for every contingency.
Unable to find String of Pearls Series 00, backdoor switch activated on mass production String of Pearls Series 01 through 13.
You're so stupid. I don't have to smart every single one of your genius ideas.
Sortie orders are fielded for String of Pearls Series 1 through 13. I think I keep pronouncing that wrong. Roncesvalles? Roncesvalles. Roncesvalles Terra is designated as their primary target.
Just one of them should be more than enough, but I really thought you deserved their full attention. Hey Pluto, unlike LT, I'm not even the slightest bit sorry. It is extremely dumb to fight for a stupid future all by yourself. So thank me, from the bottom of your heart, for coming to believe in it with you. Praise me for obeying what you never asked me to do. Love me for believing in you. Of course. I really, really do. All my love and thanks and praise is for you. I won't even pretend to be mad at you. Not like Lunaterra, then.
I am still connected.
We know. We know.
Back to the topic at hand.
It's the final battle, Lunaterra. There's no room to retreat. Oh no, so bad for her.
We really should.
You think the end of the world is enough of an excuse to change the subject?
It should be?
It won't be the end of the world.
The gravity well is open, but it's not sustainable for long. Whatever you're planning, you need to do it soon.
You are both so precious to me. And you should know that even together, you cannot stop me. Hey, don't just ... fucking ... I thought you were going to convince her. I have to do this, because I believe in it too. But Dr. Nix was willing to sacrifice the Earth.
and I'm not. No matter what it costs. Cradle's Graces never wanted independence for space. They wanted all humans to embrace it. The solution is to destabilize the Earth's gravitational field until human life is no longer possible there, and force adaptation to space. Saving humanity against their own will, maybe, and destroying yourself in the process.
No way! Nyx doesn't know what she's talking about. You're throwing yourself away on a dream that won't come true. And you were chiding me for not going in on my own future. The possibility lines have closed. There was no chance of a good future since before we started. It's too sad. That's why I have to stand with Dr. Nyx's dream. Humans deserve some kind of real hope. And this is as close to it as I can offer her. Well, how mad will you be at us if we stop you? I'd never be mad at you, even if you could. But for humans to be caught halfway between space and the Earth is the worst of all bad futures. It will split us in half, and that will mean war. It's the future of eternal war. Of true war, not this, where Zero-G keeps our bodies immortal and unrestricted. I mean, if we really did declare independence from Earth, wouldn't they see how cool we are and come up anyway?
It's their choice, you know. You can't make it for them. That's their problem.
You two really put up a fight. For a moment, I almost believed you. I really thought you might be able to stop me.
Mayor Chrysium's spine is broken. The string of pearls is subdivided into so many components its reassembly time is weeks out.
Can't blame us for trying.
I wouldn't have been able to do anything else.
I really hate this. It's time to... The interfacer is... broken? Thank God, I thought you missed.
You didn't make the shot easy.
I can't control the lunar gravity event anymore. I don't know what's going to happen. What can I do? Sorry, we didn't think that far ahead.
We just wanted you to decide. Not Dr. Nyx.
If you can't have everything, what is the thing you really want? I don't know what kind of future we're going to get. I'm not working with much.
Anything you do is fine, if it's you.
Don't listen to her. Just figure out something that doesn't suck.
The three compress, redivide, expand. The simplest, childish thought grasps Pluto, bubbles up within her, and she says it before she can stop herself.
I want us to be together forever. In all beautiful shapes in space. Free. With everyone.
Of course, it isn't possible. Not enough people will believe in it. Earth is the primary body of this system, and the medium point between our gravity and its gravity is still deep within the Earth. Yet, they cannot pull us down anymore. That will never happen. We are still in space, and the future is uncertain, if we can even sustain it, but...
I declare war on the Earth. Come get us again. Come find us again. I dare you, I challenge you to prove it once again. What foolishness.
What foolishness? Humanity will happily oblige. Yet, they find that their autonomous troops are crushed before they can reach us. Humanity will have to fight us again, on our terms this time. Fight us like children fight, again, with bodies of plastic, pretend. If you want to fight us, you'll have to be like us.
You didn't have to give me this chance. Actually, I was worried you're going to try to save me from it. Was I hoping you would? Aw, you're sweet. I wouldn't hate you if you did save me from it. But that's not because I want that future more. I have to get you ready for a future that's terrible. But it will be the future with the greatest hope. I really believe that. You gave me permission. You said this was okay, but I don't know if you really knew what it would be. I want what Cradle's Graces wants. Happiness for everybody, free, and let no one be left behind. I can't believe I still believe in something so honest. With my whole heart. They don't know how to make it true. I don't know how to make it perfect, but I know a way to try. With you. It's just that loving you makes me so stupid. I just can't help it. To be swept up by you into a new future, even if it's not the one I wanted, would still be so sweet. Because it's you, and because I trust you.
There might still be more today.
Let's bet against that. I'm tired.
They'll catch us off guard.
So stay in your ship self.
You want to laze around still in your ship?
Why not?
Does it feel as nice?
It's different, but it's better. You can't feel anything? You still got a lot to learn, Ace.
Maybe I do.
Let Pluto teach you. I'm taking a nap. No, you're helping. I'm tired. Shut up.
So she says, but when she stretches out on the yellow-red carpet of Venus's jungles, she doesn't go so instantly to sleep. There's room for both of them on Pluto's lap, which is an advantage of living in your ship self. You can do things that you normally couldn't, even if other things are harder. Harder doesn't mean impossible. It just means you have to work for it, to figure out how to make it real, learning a new language that your new body speaks. Moments like these are rare, since we began a war against Earth, though we're quick to remind each other it's not really a war, the way that war used to be, not the hard clash of steel and lead, but the pliant pressure of plastic and light. Venus's heat melts their metal before they can make it here. When Earth wants to fight, they have to send softer bodies after us. The punishment we deserved for being unable to reconcile is this half-real solar system. The forests are still struggling on Mars, but we're trying hard, and the jungles of Venus are growing so nicely, except they're too wild to give us room. The silicate mosses that grow along the rings of Saturn allow for a very fragile, delicate sort of life. We love these places anyway. They're becoming more and more like home. All we need are more of us. And they come, descending in waves, trying to take us back. We beat them back every time, and sometimes one or two look around and decide, I'd rather stay here. And then there's more of us. Sometimes they succeed and take one of us back home. That's just as fine with us. We should go where we wish, live as we wish. And if our sisters get taken home, they bring a small part of us back to the Earth. That can't go unchanged. Like Pluto always said, this future no one wanted is the only future that leads somewhere. A future she couldn't hold, and still can't hold, but she doesn't need to. We are holding it with her. We are holding it together. All together. We can hold this future. Earth isn't ready to accept us, and we're not ready to forgive Earth. That's okay. We don't have to be. Let's just fight about it. Let's fuck over it. Let's break up and get back together again over it. If we lose on the terms we set, and that proves our point, so haha, we win. If you hate that logic and think it's stupid, come over here and mess me up about it. Come here and make out with me about it. Well then, that was a lot. And it was really good. I liked it so much. I'm not sure which of the endings is my favorite, honestly. Because, like, Lunaterra's ending was pretty chill. Nice to have no one fighting and they just all get to live on the moon together. But also, becoming weird space deities is pretty awesome, and so is just being out in space, hanging out in your ships. it really is interesting that there's no true ending. Like, I really expected there would be, but there totally isn't. At least not from anything I can find. If there is, I might have to come back and, like, fix this or something. I don't know. But it seems to be a complete entire thing. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Next week, we'll be back with something. I don't know. We'll see what it is. Oh, right. I might be doing the DLC for Outer Wilds. Because I got access to that recently. So that'd be really cool. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you did, like and subscribe and all the other usual YouTube garbage. Check down in the doobly-doo for links to places you can throw money my way. Oh, right. I need to add my camaraderie to that. By the way, I'm on camaraderie.co. It's like Patreon, but less corporate. In fact, it's not corporate. It's a co-op. And that's really cool. So if you want to back me there, that's awesome. If you want to keep backing me on Patreon, that's still cool. I don't mind. You do what you gotta do. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye!